These were the scenes as havoc broke loose. At least 8 people died and loads of people were hurt after a crowd surged on the opening night of a music event in Houston, Texas, where rapper Travis Scott was performing. Emergency workers described how panic broke out after the crowd began to run and press towards the front stage during the rapper's headline set on Friday evening. As the crush began causing injuries to more people, the panic grew and the casualties quickly overwhelmed the on-site first aiders, the officials said. 11 people were taken to hospital with cardiac arrest and 8 of them dying. 300 people were treated for injuries such as cuts and bruises on Friday. Travis Scott said on his Twitter, "I'm absolutely devastated by what took place last night. My prayers go out to the families of all those impacted by what happened at the festival. Houston has my total support and continue to look into the tragic loss of life. I'm committed to working together with the Houston community to heal and support the families in need. Thank you to Houston PD, Fire Department and NRG Park for their immediate response and support. Love you all."
Okay, so when I first got there, that's when Master P was performing. It wasn't that many people there, so I had went, I got in the crowd. We was probably like in the middle of the crowd, but we was way in the front. And as everything was happening, I just felt like I was being crushed and like I couldn't breathe, and I almost like literally passed out. Like I felt like I was about to like collapse. So I started screaming and shit. So that's when like the people, they seen me just because of the fact that I was in the front. So they had pulled me out, you know what I'm saying? And then I had got out and I had just stood around like not in the crowd no more. But that was during the daytime. So look, let me tell y'all something. Look, all right, so this is when Travis Scott is about to hit the stage. All right. Something in my mind told me don't get in the crowd due to the fact of what happened to me earlier that day. You know what I'm saying? With the whole Master P, audience and whatnot. So look, Travis Scott about to perform. It's probably like 100,000 plus people, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Just standing around in the barricades. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't as bad, but something told me don't stand in the barricade. I sat on the side, you see what I'm saying? I went all the way to like the end of the line, and I was like right there on the barricade, but I sat like, took a seat on it so I wouldn't be in the crowd like that. But I kid y'all not, bro. As soon as Travis Scott started, like as soon as he started, like all the flame, the fire, the fucking like the Phoenix and all that shit, and then he popped out, started going crazy, and like I'm telling you, as soon as he started going crazy, like the whole crowd started raging and shit. Everybody just screaming, "Help, help, help." Mind you, I'm sitting on top of the fence. So I'm looking down on everybody and I'm seeing all this shit happening. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers reaching and they crying. I'm trying to pull people out. So look, in the middle, it's a VIP section. Like different celebrities and people who pay like thousands of dollars to sit in the VIP section. Mind you, I'm pulling people out and I'm trying to pull them into that VIP section. That's where like people was pulling people in so they can breathe. So the people in the damn VIP section, they getting mad, talking about why the fuck you pulling people over here in our section. I'm like, man, fuck that shit, bro. These people about to lose their motherfucking lives. You know what I'm saying? So I pull out this one boy. This boy, he probably like 14 years old. This is a little bitty teenager, bro. This one lady, I kid you not, in the fucking VIP section, literally put her hands on this boy and associated this boy and started hitting him like, didn't I tell y'all don't jump the fuck over? So I end up screaming like, bitch, who the fuck is you to tell somebody what the fuck they can do? Like, bitch, this ain't your motherfucking concert, bitch. Don't nobody give a fuck about what motherfucking ticket you paid for. Like, these people need some fucking help. So you couldn't breathe. You couldn't see. Like, just imagine all the people they gonna find tonight who was in that crowd, who nobody could see, who nobody could hear, who passed out, and everybody was just trampling on top of them the whole fucking concert. Like, I'm thinking it's probably gonna be like at least 100 people who dead tonight. Like, I kid you not. Like, in the VIP section, it was so many bodies laid out. People was getting pulled out who was fainted. And the medics were trying to give them CPR, and they was flipping them over, and like they was literally turning black and blue. Like I never seen death in my fucking life, bro. Just by me alone, it was probably like 10 fucking people laid out dead. And like once the medics tried to help them, they wasn't responding. They moved to the next person.
As the chief of police is to make sure that we find out what happened. We will treat it as an investigation because we don't know. I have investigators out here on the scene. I'm sending investigators to the homes, to the hospitals, because we just don't know. and we will find out.
Once we started having the mass casualty incident where people were we started having CPR on several people, and it happened all at once. Suddenly we had several people down on the ground experience some type of cardiac arrest or some type of medical episode. And so we immediately started doing CPR and moving people right then.
Apparently, Scott stopped multiple times during his performance when he spotted fans in distress near the front of the stage. The rapper asked security to help them out in the crowd, and emergency vehicles' lights and alarms were flashing and cut through the crowd several times, the paper says. Amateur video from the concert appears to show fans jumping on an emergency vehicle in the crowd as the performance continues on stage. Of what was meant to be a positive thing, a sold-out headline show by the rapper Travis Scott on Friday night turned deadly. The show was called off after 17 people were transported to hospital and 11 were in cardiac arrest. Over 300 people were treated at the scene and 50,000 people were in attendance. A woman who was in the audience when the crush began has claimed that the festival staff repeatedly ignored her attempts to get help. She described on Instagram on Friday night how she begged for help from a camera operator, a guard and emergency dispatcher as guests screamed and struggled to breathe. Her post may be distressing for some readers, but I'll put on my Instagram when she describes the mass panic. It's a really sad story, to be honest with you. A lot of people go to a concert to enjoy themselves. Imagine the amount of people that were crushing on them. 50,000 people was meant to attend. A lot of people were pushing through. There could have been like 100,000 people there, all crushing each other, unable to move. It must have been a very nasty situation. Youngsters there, as young as 14, I'm seeing, got injured, and even a 16-year-old passing away. Crazy story. I'll keep you updated on this situation, guys, so make sure you subscribe to the channel with that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Peace out.